Happy afternoon, everyone. As we move to the final session of the day, under the theme Inclusivity and Well-being, we are privileged to have Ms. Sangeeta from Salem campus with us. She will be presenting on creating inclusive learning spaces, where she will share valuable insights on building supportive environment that respects diversity and ensures every learner feels safe and included. Now, I hand over the session to Ms. Sangeeta. Please go ahead. Um,
Thank you, ma'am. Happy noon, teachers. Welcome to the session. This is Sangeeta from Salem KG. Today, we will be exploring an effective topic that will benefit the daily routine of our classrooms, that is creating inclusive learning spaces. Before moving on to the topic, let's start with a word game. I notice, I name, I connect. Look at the picture on the screen. Comment the words that pop out in your mind in the chat box. Yes, togetherness, good. Unity, yes, it's a group, teamwork, strength, yes, team, committed, inclusivity, very good. Yes, carrying everyone. Yes, very good. Now we can move on to the next slide. Here you can find various words that describe the meaning of one term. Use the words in the picture in the slide to find the term and enter it in the chat box again. Yes, look at the picture on the screen and comment the term in the chat box again. Yes, brainstorming, very good. Yes, innovation, idea, critical thinking, good, incorruptible, creative thinking, open-minded. Yes, exactly. Yes, fine. Now, from all the words discussed now, let's highlight these three words, that is caring, principled, and open-minded. How many of you agree that we follow these in our classroom? Can you give a thumbs up for it? Yes, do you all agree with this? Yes, we all follow in our classroom. Exactly. These are the nature of an IB classroom, especially an inclusive classroom. Yes, in an inclusive classroom, the IB learner profile attributes caring, open-minded, and principled work together to create a safe, respectful, and supportive learning environment for all the learners. When the children feel cared for, they feel very safe to participate in the activities and they express themselves and take the learning risk, which is important for inclusive learning. A principal approach ensures no child is excluded or treated unfair in the classroom. As teachers, it's very important to promote justice and equality in learning. All the children has to be treated equal in the classroom. An open-minded classroom removes the bias and creates space where every child's ability is respected in the classroom. These attributes help to build an inclusive classroom where every child feels accepted, respected, and also empowered to learn more effectively. Now let's see what is inclusive learning. Inclusive learning empowers every child to feel valued, supported, and capable of participating meaningfully in all the learning engagements in the classroom. Next, we are going to see how to create an inclusive learning space for earliest children. The main focus is to understand how we can make every child feel valued, heard, and confidently able to participate. One significant strategy is UDL, Universal Design for Learning. UDL helps us to design the learning experiences that work for all the learners, not by changing the child, but by changing the environment. We should not change the child. It's like we should change the environment and make the child to learn more effectively. And this UDL has three main principles. Let's see the three principles. Yes, the first one is multiple means of engagement. Next, the multiple means of representation. Next, the multiple means of action and expression. Multiple means of engagement, which relates to the interest and motivation of the children. And multiple means of representation relates to visual, auditory, and more of hands on activities. And multiple means of action and expression relates to the choice in demonstrating and understanding the concepts in learning. Now let's have a detailed look on all the three principles of UDL. As KG teachers, our first goal is to make children want to learn. Multiple means of engagement simply means using different ways to spark the children interest. We understand that every child gets motivated differently. For example, giving small choices to the children. That is, giving small choices highly motivates the children. We can ask questions like, do you want to start with coloring or building? Shall we start with the story or rhymes? We can give small choices to the children, which highly motivates them to learn more effectively. Then connect the learning to what the children like to work with the hands-on materials. As I said, it's our responsibility to make children learn in an effective way. So we should allow them to work with partners or groups where the children learn more joyfully. Then use of more interactive games, stories, and movements will grab the attention of the children in the classroom. When the children feel excited and safe, their learning becomes more stronger. Next is the what of learning. The what of learning is related to the multiple means of representation. This principle highly focuses on how we show or teach the information. Children understand in different ways. So we present the same idea using different formats. For example, pictures and flashcards, it helps us children to learn visually, and it can be stories and puppets. Children like to hear the stories with puppets, so they enjoy the story and learn more effectively. Next, the songs and rhymes. Children get motivated easily while we sing rhymes. And it can be real objects from the classroom. We can use more of real objects, which helps to learn actively. And children actions or demonstration make a major role. We do more of enacts and demonstration to enhance the learning. By giving the information in many ways, we make sure every child can understand, even if they learn more differently. The next is the how of learning. The how of learning is related to multiple means of action and expression. This principle focuses on how children show their learning, how they express their learning. Not all the children can express themselves in the same way. So we give them more options. For example, drawing or coloring. We can place drawing sheets for freehand drawing or some coloring sheets to do coloring. Then we can also ask the children to do more of object talk and narrate the story. And acting or role play. Role play counters can be set up for the free playing and learning. Building with blocks or craft materials. We can allow the children to play freely in the construction corner, and we can also play some natural materials to do their own craft. And then using more of manipulatives in the classroom makes the children learning more effectively. More of hands-on manipulatives can be given to the children to explore and learn. When children are allowed to choose how they express their learning, they feel more confident and successful. By applying all these three principles, as educators, we can create an inclusive classroom. Now let's have a detailed look on one key strategy of UDL. It's called as LES, Learn, Explore, Show Stations. This strategy ensures a single classroom structure that naturally supports three principles of UDL, that is engagement, representation, action, and expression. Let's see how it works for the learning engagement shapes. I have taken the example shapes. Here we can set up three simple stations. Yes, as you see, story station, visual station, and then sensory station. Let's look into some ideas so to set up these stations. Story station. In the story station, we can set up the things like shape storybook, shape puppets, and it can be shape puzzles. Yes, teachers, can you all suggest some more ideas in the story station? And kindly post your ideas in the chat box. You can suggest some more new ideas in the story station. Yes, patterns. Any other new ideas? Please put it in the chat box. Yes, letters, alphabets. Story setup things. Yes, more of characters. Pictures describing emotions. Very good. It's a very good idea. Setting of the story. Yes, we can place puppets. Children like to hear stories with puppets. Real-time objects for shapes is great. Yes. Next, we can move on to the next station, visual station. Visual station can have flashcards, real objects like plate, handkerchief, signboard, clock, etc. Now you can all comment your ideas for visual station. New ideas can be posted in the chat box so that we can implement in our classrooms. Teachers, please post your ideas. Yes, emotion chart. Good. Come on, teachers. There is no right, wrong here. Come on, please post your suggestions. Yes, Waldorf dolls. Good. Yes. Next is the sensory station. Sensory station can be with sand tray to trace the shapes, clay to mold the shapes, can be sticks and shells to construct shapes, and then it can be any other natural materials uh, to help their sensory. Yes. Can you all suggest some activities to be placed in the sensory station? Come on, teachers. Yes, mystery box, great idea, very good. Yes, clay dough, making of characters using clay dough. Touch and tell activity, rice tray, shapes hidden in the sand tray, smell and guess activity. Thank you, teachers. According to this UDL strategy, children can rotate or choose a station based on their interest and comfort. They choose whether to start at the story station or at the visual station or at the art station. At each station, the hands-on activities and choices will boost the children's motivation. The three principles of UDL can be seen in all the three stations. Children are seen engaged as the materials are fun, colorful, and inviting. This keeps the attention and reduces the behavioral issues in the children. Each station shows the same concept but in different ways. Children see, touch, listen, and explore the concept in various formats. They choose how to express what they know at any station. Here, the representation is visible. Action is visible when every child can show learning the way that fits their ability. For example, we can see the reflections in the story station while working with the puppets, or in the sensory station while getting the shape impression in the sand, or it may be in the visual station. Yes, all the three principles of UDL can be seen in all the three stations. It's very visible. Now let's see why this strategy works in KG classrooms. First is natural movement and play. Children move between the learning stations, that is, they move between the story, visual, and sensory stations, and they build with blocks, they play with clay, or they act out a story. So, natural movement and play plays a major role in their learning. Next is the choice. A child chooses the art station instead of the story station and stays engaged longer because it matches their interest. Some child may choose the story station so that the child gets excited with the stories and the puppets. using the clay, and they trace the letter in the air where the children learn more effectively. And it can be non-verbal and verbal expression opportunities. A shy child points to the pictures to answer, while another child explains verbally. In a classroom, some children might be shy, some children might be active, and some children might need extra support. That is inclusive for shy, active, and struggling learners. This UDL is inclusive for shy learners as well as active learners as well as support need learners. Active child uses a movement game to learn, while the struggling child or struggling learner or support need learner uses visual cards with the teacher support. And this UDL LES station is very easy to set up for the teachers. The teacher uses the existing classroom materials. We have blocks in the classroom, we have flashcards in the classroom, and color pencils, and more of real objects, so that it is very easy to set up the LES station. The teacher uses exciting classroom materials to create simple learning stations. It looks like it's an extra work, but it is not an extra work. UDL is not an extra work. It is about using the simple strategies that we already know. We plan strategies every week, so we can use the strategies in a more better way for the inclusive classroom. It is about using the simple strategies we already know, but doing them more intentionally in the classroom. It helps us to reach every child, especially those who learn differently or need more support in the classroom. When we offer many ways to the children to engage, or many ways to teach, and many ways for the children to show their learning, we build a joyful, inclusive KG classroom. Yes, now it's reflection time. You can all share one inclusive practice that you use in your classroom. Yes, kindling their curiosity, makes the children of different abilities. Yes, more of group activities really help the children to learn. Yes, music and movement, sensory activities, free play, for extra time and one-to-one help is good. Calming down jar in the classroom, yes, it's a very good idea. Yes, we can make them to play group activities through sports. Yes, it helps to develop using hoops, balls. Good.
Thank you, ma'am, for the meaningful and insightful session on creating inclusive learning space. Your thoughts on nourishing inclusivity and well-being truly remembered us of the importance of creating environments where every learner feels respected, supported, and valued. With this enriching session, we come to the conclusion of the today's training.
Thank you, teachers.